Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is stirring up a lot of buzz around the league, and especially here in Seahawks Nation. It's a story that involves a potential blockbuster trade, one that could reshape the NFC West and significantly alter the dynamic of the Seahawks' defense. We're talking about a trade rumor that's been buzzing in the NFL circles, a deal that might see Arden Key moving from the Tennessee Titans to the Seattle Seahawks, in exchange for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft and Uchenna Nwasu, one of Seattle's most impactful pass rushers. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just a rumor. It's a strategic move that could elevate the Seahawks' pass rush to a whole new level. Let's dive into what makes this move so intriguing. Arden Key, currently a disruptive force on the Titans' defensive line, has been making waves with his ability to get after the quarterback and create chaos in the backfield. Since entering the league, Key has accumulated a career total of 182 tackles, along with 5 sacks, 38 quarterback hits, and a reputation as a sack disruptor that can change the course of a game in a split second. His style is aggressive, relentless, and he's known for his ability to win battles in one-on-one situations. The numbers speak for themselves, but what really catches the eye is his potential for even more growth, especially if he lands in a system that maximizes his talents. This season, Key has been impressive, tallying 28 tackles and 5 sacks so far, ranking him among the top pass rushers in the league. He's also been highly productive in pressures, with a total of 28 this year, which puts him in the top 5 in the league. His win rate at the line of scrimmage is around 17%, and his expected points added per rush is some of the best in the league at -0.14. These numbers highlight a player who's not just flash but consistently disruptive. Even with an injury in Week 2, a sprained ankle, he managed to keep his impact high, posting a reference note of 38 yards allowed per run, comparable to some of the best interior pass rushers like Christian Wilkins and Christian Phillips, who's been tearing it up with the Miami Dolphins this season. Now, the Titans, on the other hand, are in a bit of a rebuild mode. They're 1-6, and it's clear they're restructuring their team, especially with the upcoming draft. The team has some cap issues, with only about $15 million in cap space, which makes them look for ways to shed some salary and stockpile draft capital. They're also concerned about the quarterback situation with Levis, whose QBR has been a mixed bag at 78.9, and the offensive line has been a disaster, allowing 29 sacks so far this season. That's a clear sign that they're prioritizing rebuilding the secondary and bolstering their pass rush and overall defense through draft picks and strategic moves like trading Nwasu, who has been a solid contributor with a PFF grade of 79.1. This is where the Seahawks come into the picture. Seattle, sitting comfortably at 5-2, is in a different phase. They're looking to solidify their position as contenders. Their pass rush has been a bright spot, but they see the potential to make it even better. Arden Key fits perfectly into that vision because he adds explosiveness and versatility to their front seven. He would complement a pass rush that already features players like Darrell Taylor, who has been impressive but can benefit from the added firepower. Adding Key could push the Seahawks' sack rate by around 18%, boosting their overall defensive efficiency. According to simulation models, with Key, Seattle's defensive line could climb from a middle-tier ranking to one of the top 3 units in the NFL. And let's talk about Uchenna Nwasu for a moment, because he's been a key piece for Seattle. He's been effective this season with a PFF grade of 79.1, and his pressures per game are notable. Losing him in this trade might seem like a hit, but the Seahawks clearly see the bigger picture. They're looking to upgrade their pass rush even further, and Arden Key's upside is enormous. The team's coaching staff has been emphasizing the importance of a relentless front to pressure the quarterback, especially in crucial moments. With the Seahawks facing teams with potent offenses, like the 49ers and Eagles, boosting their pass rush is a critical move to stay competitive and make a real run deep into the playoffs. Now, What makes this move even more compelling is how it impacts the Seahawks' overall defensive strategy. They are already ranked among the top in pressures and hurries, but adding Arden Key could elevate their sack total significantly, making it harder for opponents to establish a rhythm. Plus, with the secondary still recovering from injuries, a dominant pass rush can mask some of those issues by forcing hurried throws and bad decisions. The Seahawks have been impressive in their secondary plays, benefiting from their front's ability to generate pressure, but with Key, they could become a true nightmare for offenses. From a strategic perspective, this trade also makes sense for the Titans. They're in a rebuild, and acquiring a second-round pick in 2026 gives them more assets to shape their roster for the future. Uchenna Nwasu, while a good player, might not fit into their long-term plans, especially with their focus on rebuilding the secondary and adding draft capital. They're betting on the draft to find their new stars and hope that with a few more strategic moves, they can accelerate their rebuild. Plus, the cap relief of around $10 million could be significant in helping them sign other pieces or manage their roster better. For Seahawks fans, this potential trade symbolizes more than just a player swap. It's about positioning the team for a deep playoff run and potentially a Super Bowl appearance. The Seahawks have been building a strong core, and adding Arden Key could be the final piece that pushes them over the edge. His ability to create chaos in the backfield, combined with the already talented defense, makes them a formidable contender. This move also illustrates the front office's commitment to maximizing their roster and making aggressive moves when the opportunity arises. Looking ahead, if this trade happens, it will be interesting to see how the Seahawks integrate Arden Key into their defensive scheme. Will they utilize him as a pure pass rusher or deploy him in more versatile roles? Given his skill set, he can line up on the edge, but his ability to rush from multiple positions adds an extra layer of unpredictability for opponents. It's also worth noting that the Seahawks coaching staff has been emphasizing the importance of a relentless rush, especially in the postseason. Adding a player like Key could be the difference maker in high-pressure situations. And let's not forget the broader implications. A move like this might send ripples through the league. Other teams might see the Seahawks strengthening their pass rush and decide to make their own moves, which could lead to a flurry of trades and strategic shifts before the trade deadline. It's an exciting time for fans, especially those rooting for the Seahawks, because it shows that the team is willing to be bold and aggressive in pursuit of championships. The potential for Arden Key to join the Seahawks isn't just about adding talent, it's about creating a culture of relentless pursuit of greatness. Now, if you're wondering about the Titans' perspective, it's clear they're embracing a slow rebuild. Moving Arden Key and Nwasu for a draft pick and cap relief might seem like a loss in the short term, but it's a calculated move to set up their future. They're betting on the draft to find players who can fit their new vision and help them turn things around down the line. It's a process, and sometimes, tearing things down and rebuilding with fresh assets is the best way forward. Plus, losing a player like Nwasu, who has been effective this season, signals that they're looking for younger, more cost-controlled options to develop. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, this potential trade underscores their commitment to contending now. They're not just building for the future, they want to win right now. The NFL is a league where window opportunities are brief, and Seattle knows that to stay competitive, they need to be proactive. Adding Arden Key is a statement that they're serious about pushing their Super Bowl ambitions to the limit. The fans can see it, the players feel it, and the league is taking notice. It's a move that could define their season and set the tone for years to come. In conclusion, this trade rumor isn't just about swapping players. It's about strategic positioning, team identity, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. If it comes to fruition, it could be one of those moves that fans look back on as a turning point for the Seahawks. Arden Key's disruptive presence paired with the existing talent on the roster could make Seattle's pass rush one of the most feared in the league. And for the Titans, it's another step in their road to rebuilding and retooling for the future. It's a fascinating development, and I know Seahawks fans are eager to see how this story unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe Arden Key is the missing piece to finally push this team over the top? Or do you think it's too risky, or maybe not enough? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. This is a team that's been building a strong foundation, and moves like these could be the catalyst for something truly special. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest news on everything Seahawks. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep riding this roller coaster together. Because one thing, as for sure, this season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in Seahawks history, and you don't want to miss a single moment. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Seahawks.